The reloading of Lockdown U continued earlier today when former Florida cornerback Jalen KImber pulled off a sweet transfer portal two-step, sashaying out of his 2-week-old commitment to Louisville and ultimately partnering up with Penn State. A veteran fifth-year unicorn who started 11 games and registered 5 pass breakups in the Gators' cringeworthy 2023 campaign, KImber's addition obviously injects a much-needed jolt of experience in the Nittany Lions romper room of corners. But beyond that, assuming he exceeds Storm Duck's grand opening, grand closing runtime in blue and white, KImber should break the mold of what we've come to expect from Penn State corners, both in a good way and a bad way. Because we're a channel that secretes positivity from our pores, let's begin with the good, shall we? A top 100 national high school recruit out of suburban Dallas, KImber absolutely crushed the spandex short / mushroom helmet shells summer camp circuit, posting stupefying, yet substantiated, combine testing data. At Nike's 2019 The Opening Showcase, KImber registered a 4.02 second shuttle and a 42-inch vertical leap. For context, those two results, which were recorded back when KImber still wasn't old enough to buy fireworks, would have bested the efforts of every cornerback who performed at the 2023 NFL Scouting Combine. So yeah, KImber is a freaky athlete, a workout warrior whose tantalizing traits translate on tape. For the most part. Blessed with Savion Glover feet and WD-40 hips, KImber can turn and run with any receiver in college football. Funky, well-choreographed releases at the line of scrimmage are mostly nullified versus KImber, since his world-class acceleration makes it unnecessary to gamble and overreact to any false, deceptive steps post-snap. On the rare occasion where receivers get a step, like this play where KImber isn't quite set yet, the 6-foot speedster swallows up initial separation with ease. And when he tilts his head skyward and adequately tracks a ball in the air, nobody is going to out-elevate KImber at the catch apex. Of course, KImber isn't always confident or comfortable turning and spotting passes in the air despite being in optimal position to do so. And as the season stretched on, opposing receivers finally wised up and quit trying to outrace KImber to get open. They just started to outmuscle him instead, deploying an arsenal of indistinguishable bumps, slightly extended arms, and stealth shoves for which KImber had no physical counter. Speaking of physical, I'm not quite sure how to put this delicately, but KImber is a less than enthusiastic tackler. Like he's not into it, at all. When he's forced to make a play, KImber absorbs and sort of catches ball carriers instead of driving through them. After watching guys like Jalen King and Joey Porter Jr. fit runs and attack perimeter passes like Black Friday shoppers when the mall gates open, KImber just kind of seems content dancing with blockers until the cavalry shows up. And as far as his tackling form, well, it won't be taught in any coaching clinics this offseason. Thankfully, fitting KImber in classes just before the semester's late registration deadline provides Chuck Losey an entire offseason to reshape his physique, and Terry Smith 8 months to rewire his mindset. What happens after that is entirely up to KImber. At worst, KImber offers Penn State high-floor early-season gap insurance while talented young corners like Zion Tracy, Elliott Washington, and John Mitchell mature. Best-case scenario, though, is KImber fully buys in and takes ownership of an up-for-grabs cornerback depth chart as his production finally mirrors his superior physical gifts.